I actually went in there and cold called on it.
Yeah.
Like I walked
It's
in,
like-
I basically just had a business card
Yeah.
and I talked to the right person. And the guy just said, you know, your timing is very good. Let me put you in touch with this other person. And then next thing I know, I'm being asked to do all sorts of crazy things. And it's so fun because it's enhancing the beautiful woodwork. So when it's already beautiful, but it's so worn and dingy, and bringing it back to life. I mean, they're happy, they're loving it, and they're just adding more and more and more and more. And so it's taking off. And all of a sudden I'm realizing this could turn into something even bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You're getting busy.
yeah,
Good.
I didn't want to be busy, but I'm finally doing something that it motivates me. It gets me up and going.
Yeah, it's good. I'm happy you got that.
You see the type of people I hang out with out here. You're the same guy. Fortunately, you know, Kristen's she's a big proponent. It's getting traction and it's starting to build. So it's gonna go.
I think at some point that should be the goal, right? And you know how work forms the most part of our lives. You know, so and not everybody is lucky to find something that they're really thrilled about.
Yeah. You know what it's funny you say that. It's so funny you say that. You know why? Because I always tap into this movie and it's nuts. You're going to laugh at me. I don't even know if I know the name of the movie, but it had Jerry Seinfeld and the Bees. You'll see. Well, it'll probably come to me in a moment, the Bee movie. But it just goes to show you, it's like humans are like bees or ants. They get in a line. You have to go to work. You have to make a life for yourself. And I often look at people doing jobs that are just like, why can that person wake up and go and do that job? Well, because they're proud of it. Probably they know they need to work. Then there's people like my very good friend, Eric, who you have not met, who is a professional golfer. He said at the age of 15, this is going to be my life. And he's making it his life. He's playing on the US Open and he does things. But yeah, I mean, you can make your own path. Yeah. But, you know, if it means you're going to go work at a retail store for your whole life, then so be it. But, you know,
but the most important thing is when it's something you love doing. You know, you have to do it, but I think the icing on the cake for you is when you love to do it.
Yeah.
Then everything is just...
Well, you've seen the type of work I do.
I've seen it.
And, you know, to be 55, you know, I had a decision to make. Do I want to open that can of worms up again and open, because we moved, you know, and if I want to open up that can of worms and create another shop and go back into doing that high-end work, or do I want to try something new and go into a different path? And this different path, a lot of my friends and people who know me, they look at me like, why would you want to do that? And I think to myself, I like the hunt. I like going out and getting the work, doing the work. Not so much.
Getting it.
But I'm building it. In maybe a year, maybe I finally decide, okay, well, we'll get people to do this work or I'll train somebody. And then I love talking to people. As you know, you and I have very similar personalities, right? But I'm excited for this. And I know it's going to go. And it's same for you. You know, we all work hard, like both our wives work hard. You guys are, and you have little kids. We're done with like little kids.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm just happy that it's not a drag. You know, it's not like, I got to do this, I got to do this. Then it's not fun.
Well, it's like I just said, I stepped into that by accident.
And you were willing to pitch it, to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, and I am a firm believer in your life could improve so drastically if you do find something that motivates you to, I always say, jump off the side of the bed and I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
You know, and
that's the best.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people, unfortunately, maybe they don't have that motivation. They just are there to get the check. And I feel bad for them. At least they're out there working.
And it's a season, right? In life, there are seasons. Who knows, right? Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. This is so interesting. All right. When I came to America, I came through a work visa. So before I left Ghana, I had my job offer and everything. Came to the US through JFK, went straight to West Virginia and Maryland. So I lived in West Virginia, but I worked in Maryland. And amazing boss. I had two bosses, they were brothers, amazing guys.
What type of work?
It was it's a moving company, but I helped them with some of their logistics and
Sure.
what's the name of it? Clavon. That's the name. Clavon. Clavon moving. They had these Mayflower trucks.
Okay, yeah.
But the brothers, their names are Clavon. Man, I can't believe I remembered Clavon. K-L-A-V-A-U-N-G-H. Matt and John. I think it's Matt and John. Amazing dudes.
Okay.
They were super hardworking. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what I imagined it was going to be as work, but the people I was working with, amazing guys.
Sure.
And Matt sometimes funny his name is Matt, right?
Yeah.
Matt so Matt lived in Frostburg.
Yeah.
And Matt, because he knows I'm bored on the weekends, on Fridays would take me to his place in Frostburg.
Yeah.
And I hang out with his kids.
Oh, cool.
And we'll play, we'll do stuff around the house. Now, why am I saying that? It's not what I thought I was coming to America to do as work, but it became part of it.
Sure.
And it was so much fun. Now, when my work contract expired and everything, my visa was still valid. So I moved to Connecticut because my brother-in-law was in Connecticut. Then I got a job to work with a home care agency called Daniel Care in Stamford, Connecticut. So I'll go to somebody's house, help them clean up and do all kind of stuff. And my boss at the office said, "Would you like to come work in the office?"
Nice.
I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "I got a project for you. Let's see if you can take it on." I was like, "Sure." Matt, that was the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
Everything. This boss of mine, Daniel Krause, never forget it. Super diligent, super eye on the ball, but very friendly.
Yeah.
And it changed everything. What I'm trying to say is that there will be stages where what you're doing is not a fun thing you want to be doing, but it's leading to where you want to find yourself.
Right.
You just don't see it yet.
Yeah. It's happening right now with my son, Colby. He went to college, started at UCLA, then transferred to UC Irvine. He wanted to be a neurological surgeon.
Okay.
His bar was way up there.
Way up there.
This is the kind of kid he is. But then transferred, changed everything around and went into psychiatry. Still wants to go and get a PhD in medical degree, but he's taking a gap year. Well, he couldn't find any job to stay in his field.
Yeah.
So he took a job with a local grocery store baking bread. And so the reason why this is interesting is because he used to row in crew for UC Irvine, and he was one of their top-seeded rowers.
Okay.
So he's used to getting up at odd hours, and he likes to keep his focus. He likes to exercise. He likes to be busy.
Yeah.
So he started baking bread, and man, he loved it. He's a foodie, right? So he likes his wine. He likes his food. But then, so I was telling him, I said, you know something? Maybe that's not in medical, but look at what you're doing. Like, you're making all this bread to feed all these people, and the work is so hard. It's brutally hard. People don't quite understand. When you're eating a French baguette, do you know how hard that is?
You should know.
He says to me, "Dad, I am in the best shape of my life because I'm moving around 80-pound bags of flour all day long." But what I was telling him is, I said, to tie into your story, is that I always say, you will tell this story when you're 60, 70 years old to your grandkids. I used to bake bread. I'd get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go down, and I'd make dough, and come home and I'd be covered in flour. And I think that stories like that are just amazing.
Yeah.
And I have those similar stories.
And it's the stories. This is so interesting.
Yeah.
It's the stories that transmit the value.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Imagine what you just said. You were telling him, you would be telling your children, your grandchildren, I used to bake bread.
Yeah.
But what does that entail? It entails seizing the moment and going with the opportunities that are in front of you.
Yeah.
At every moment in life, this is something I strongly believe. At every stage in life, there is something you can do with what you have. It just may not be what you really want to be doing, but if you want to be doing something, something is always there to do.
I refer, and here's another caveat to that. So I tell our kids that life is like a frog on a lily pad. There's a lot of lily pads. Some might be hanging half in the water, no flower. Some might be huge, but it's way out there. And how am I going to get there? Or maybe there's another bigger frog on there. Bullfrog.
Yeah, it's like, don't come here.
But life is like lily pads. You know, if you're happy with this little lily pad you're on, you're successful. You're happy with life. But if you want the bullfrog, you have to find out what he did, but do it better. And so like I'm constantly referring to stuff like that. Some people like the simple. Like we have this beautiful house here, but we had to buy that other little, call it a commuter house.
Yeah.
I actually love it. Granted, I'm
different, right?
I'm bleeding every day. I go down there because I'm working so hard on it. But again, those are things that, like, when I talk to our kids, I'm they're, Dad, what are you doing today? Well, I'm working on the house and stuff like that. But there's definitely climbing the ladder, digging in the trenches. To get to where you need to be.
And like I was saying, right? What you said, that he would tell his children, I used to bake bread. The stories are what outlives us when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. We show up, we do all kinds of stuff, we go up and down, and then we leave. But when you leave without telling your story, it's almost like you never showed up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I was sitting with my dad this year, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, 10 years ago. And my dad wasn't very much, because of that generation, they get home from work, where's dinner, turn on the TV. You don't get much from them. But, towards the end, when he was unwell and we were talking, he tells me a story about how he was a pilot and he used to be able to land in snow on skis. And I'm thinking, you're just now telling me this?
I know, right?
Do you know what that would do for a little 5-year-old kid to know your dad was a pilot?
I know.
What the heck?
I know.
So like,
That's it. You see, and the sad thing is, most people don't get to tell the story. The vast majority of people don't get to tell the story.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the tragedy. That is the real tragedy. Because only stories can outlive you. That's it. Nothing else will.
Oh, yeah.
So if you didn't get to tell it, that is the real tragedy.
Right. I mean, when you go to Grandma's house and we always sit around just like this and grab the old photo albums. And then you look at the photo albums like, Dad, is that you?
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Right?
That's me.
Man, you look different. Or nice hair or something.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think, I'm very social. We both are very social with our children. They know a lot about us. But like right now with all Logan's with us. But he's 19. And then Emily is 25. She just moved to New Hampshire. And Colby, 22, is living in Sacramento. Yeah. But it's like, what are they doing right now?
Yeah.
Like, are they probably wondering the same? What's Dad doing right now? Well, I'm making a podcast with a friend of mine. And so this is going to be in the historical record.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if at every chance we get, we tell a little of our story, to those who matter, you know, to those who matter. We actively do that with the understanding that I'm telling my story so that the people who matter in my life can have it.
Right.
Because we don't put the right weight on what I'm about to say, that knowing the stories that precede us give us a deeper insight into who we are.
Yeah.
We don't attach the required weight to that.
Right.
You know, like you said, Dad, you used to fly, like you're a pilot, you're just telling me that?
Yeah.
Now imagine hearing that at 5,
Gosh.
at 6,
Yeah.
at 7.
Yeah.
It was part of your personal vault of knowledge
Right.
of who you are. My dad did this. My mom did this. My uncles did this. And you had that. So when I was growing up, I said this previously on the podcast, I grew up in an environment of older brothers, older sisters, uncles,
Big
aunties,
family.
big family.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And while growing up, all these people, their story is your story.
Of course.
Because you hear it told over and over and over and over again. Your uncle was a fisherman. All that.
Mm.
And growing up in the environment of those stories forms you, because you know that these people and the actions they took are the reasons why I am here today.
Of course. Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Oh, I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's it's like I always say, especially with our kids, like make sure you're hanging out with the right crowd.
Yeah.
I always suggest, you might find that some people stray and they go into the wrong crowd. Yeah. Everybody has a choice to make, and your parents should help drive that. Of course, that's why some people who don't have parents who are that actively involved end up on the wrong side, hanging out with the wrong people. So being proactive in your children and your family is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
The story of my life. Dude, let me tell you, I have some friends. You've met one of them, but he's very similar to Frank is very similar to my friend group I grew up with. Okay. But that gives you an idea. You know Frank, then man, you must have had a fun life. But I could not possibly, it would be this thick if I wrote it all out. But all of those stories, all those things I did, it's like my dad flying an airplane with skis on it. Like I've done stuff like that. And even my children don't even know the half of what I've done.
And that is where I want us to put so much effort into. For some reason, we wait till it's too late. For some reason. And it's only because the work is calling, the day-to-day activities. Now, like I'm working on this project to help us get better at it, better at telling our stories to those who matter.
Yeah.
Listen, no matter how amazing your story is, it doesn't matter to everybody. But to those who matter, who can find value in it, we want to make it available for them.
Yeah.
I was discussing with my wife, I think a month ago, that when I look at my life so far, there are so many things that has led to where I'm at today that I want my children to tell their children.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, back in the day, you go to grandma's house, you see all the albums and the pictures. But there was something short with that because the pictures had no descriptions, had no commentary.
I actually asked my mother once when I was younger, I said, Mom, did you guys not have color back in the day? Like
exactly.
Everything was black and white?
Exactly.
I actually was that naive to think maybe there was no color. How ridiculous.
I know. But as time goes on, grandma and mom took those pictures because they saw value in the moment.
Of course.
So they captured it. They captured it because they're like, oh, we should keep this picture. We should keep this moment. But then the moment captured without the commentary, over time, fades. You can look at the picture, but if nobody in the picture is available to tell you what the picture is trying to like depict, or the environment, the conditions around that picture, it still loses the punch. You know, so that is what has been on my heart, that I'm trying to get us, especially parents, to tap into. Because it's a tremendous value to our children's children.
Of course.
If we can capture these stories for them. You know, I sit there and I imagine, oh, let me tell you this. So for the past week and two, I've been very busy. Writing code, building the platform and all that. And in my hallway, I have two pictures, my son and my daughter. Picture of both of them were in their crawling stages. Right? And that particular night, I was so tired. I came to the kitchen, I was trying to grab something to eat. And my daughter comes to me, Daddy, thank you for taking that picture, because I can see myself. I can see how I looked when I was a baby. Now wait, she's 5. But she appreciates the fact that she can see how she looked when she was crawling. I was like, oh my God, thank you for telling me this. Thank you so much. And I gave her a hug. Now imagine her granddaughter seeing that same picture.
In the whole thing, the dynamic has changed from, as technology and everything goes. We take for granted a picture.
I know.
So here's the thing. You go, I do this all the time. Like, how often do you find yourself saying, hey, Bright, oh man, I want to show you this picture I took a few weeks ago or about 2 years ago. And you're like, you're thumbing through and it's hard to find the picture. So we take for granted. That's why the photo albums were kind of nice. But having a platform where, you can go to and see the videos. Cause I was telling Kristen that, man, if I could see my grandfather again, because he's the one person in my life who taught me my trade, first off. He's the one who took me into the basement and spilled out a jar of nails, and he had me nail, and just such a wonderful human being. And I'd give anything to hear his voice and to just all that. I know there's video today and it's more prevalent. However, at a platform where I just want to go and see and hear, and to me that is such a gift to be able to have that access.
And to compound that, if your grandfather left a video, just talking about whatever he wants to talk about, and you had that, and you left a video, now your sons and daughters have grandpa's videos and your video. And they left their videos. And now every member of the family, every person in your bloodline has these records, active, vibrant records. In form of pictures, videos, voices, even text. Really rich vault of records from everybody's perspective. And it keeps compiling for each generation. Each generation.
And you're not filtering through like scenery picture or a picture of your car.
This is a rich
deep content.
Even if it's a picture of your car, what is the story behind the picture?
That's right. That's the key.
That's the key. Growing up, I've always wanted a BMW. Always wanted a BMW. And when I bought my first BMW, I was so it's beyond words.
I know the feeling.
How about if I recorded that moment? And talked about everything that had to do to get the BMW. It's the story. What I learned from having this vision and attaining it. Who have I become? In the process of working hard to get it. All that. And having that compile for each generation. You know how today you have some time and then you go on your phone and you're just wasting time. It's sad. Now, what if that time was spent discovering you through your lineage?
Oh, it'd be so cool.
You see what I mean? Or you're taking a drive and you hit play. and his great grandpa talking.
Yeah. Think about this. If as you explain that and you think of lineage, think of 200 years from now.
Oh.
Say this platform is taking hold and going and you know, think of the hours of entertainment of just and then the fascinating and then maybe you discover this is why I have problems.
Exactly.
Uncle Freddie was a mess.
Exactly. But
it's I think it's really because we have we often say in my family, a distinct Irvine and Kirkwood. So mother is Kirkwood and father is Irvine. It is split down the middle. It's yin and yang. They'll say, oh, you're going to live to 180 because you're a Kirkwood.
Yeah.
And the Irvines, not so. But to me, it's like, you can see on the Kirkwood side, they have a deep longevity gene.
Yeah.
So they live into their hundreds and they've lived into their late 90s. So to me, and then you see kind of why you may have these features, the way you look or, you know, the way you speak, perhaps. I sound like my dad, you know, when I've heard him before, but right now I don't have a platform to go back and hear a video because I didn't have a video of him. We have lots of pictures, but not the platform to where I can hear his voice.
Now you see, you get to discover you.
Yeah.
You get to really discover you and know more about yourself.
Right. Yeah.
I was discussing with my friend yesterday that when my dad passed before he could meet my children. Now, he really wanted to meet them, especially my son, because at the time he was the only one I had. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But he was buried where his ancestors first arrived in Ghana.
Yeah.
What if I can tell my great-great-grandson exactly where he was buried?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. By GPS code, like exactly.
Yeah.
You know? Now, I have stories I'm going to tell and live for them about this man. But what if they had any interest in finding or visiting the spot where he was buried? If I leave that information, they can make the trip.
Of course. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But if that information is not there,
exactly.
That's it.
It
fades. It's gone.
Yeah.
So there's so many little things. Okay, I built this house, right? 100 years from now, my great-grandson, maybe he lives in, who knows, Tokyo, I don't know, right?
Right.
But he's in Dallas for some reason. But he knows, based on the records.
Yeah, that's right.
My great-great-grandfather built a house in Dallas. You know what? I have some time. Let me take a drive.
Go check it
Let
out.
me see if it's still there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right.
You see? Now, I'm long gone. But I've left something that can interact.
A footprint.
A footprint.
Yeah.
That people after us can use as content for their own lives.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah,
the implications and applications are endless.
Yeah, there's a place.
And it gives context.
Exactly. There's a place in Cleveland, Ohio. That's where my family is all from. At least on my mother and father's side, Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But my grandfather used to be a member of a men's social club.
Okay.
You know, a place where they can go and smoke cigars and pipes and drink whiskeys.
Yeah.
It was called a Hermit Club.
Okay.
And we have a photo of it, right? So my mother was out visiting maybe like 8 or 9 years ago and thought, I'm going to go see if it's there. And they went, she and her sister, they went, and it's there, still an active men's club. That used to be something from the season. And when they walked in, she's like, dude, it still looked like it was from the 30s and the days or whatever time frame it was. But they were able to locate it and see it. And then when they were there, they were just enamored, like, dude, this is the coolest thing ever. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Like,
it's exactly that.
Yeah,
it's exactly that. Now, having these stories just adds color and texture and context to your own life.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, we don't know how much we are missing on. We are missing out on because we don't have those stories.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, I know. Like I was saying though, like we do take videos.
Yeah.
But it gets so lost in the minutia.
Yeah.
It's not a direct place to see. So to me, like, you know, I'm often going through my phone and the pictures are so small and I don't take the time to actually stop on that photo because it's a video perhaps and actually look at it. So I miss out on a lot. And now, you know, you got to upload it to the cloud or whatever you have to do to protect it.
Now that. So imagine you have pictures and videos on your phone. You upload it to the cloud. You're the only one who has access to it.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It doesn't do anybody any good.
Correct. No, and if you pass, I mean,
that's it.
I doubt somebody would go through and cherish some of the video or go through the whole gamut of a nightmare amount of material, but a direct place that is on a live platform.
And it's so let's talk about the platform a little bit. So it's called the Lineage App. That's the full name, the Lineage App. It's a platform designed to connect family members. This is not a social media platform. And through that connection, preserve stories for generations of that family. So what you do is download the app, you invite your family members to join you on the platform. Now, every content they share, they explicitly know I'm sharing this with my family members. So right there and then, you now have to decide what is valuable enough to share with my family members.
Right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
With the intention that this is going to outlive me. I'm leaving this, I'm sharing this with my present family, but it's going to be here for the next generation and the next and the next.
Right.
So right there, you are encouraged to sort of curate. This is a dumping place for just any stuff.
Yeah.
You want to put what you really want to be remembered for on the platform.
Right.
Now, it could be anything, but if you see value in it, then it qualifies. So that way, let's say you invited your sister, your brother, and you guys use this platform to share memories and stories with each other. When your son downloads the app, he already has it.
Yeah.
He inherits it.
That's ingenious.
He inherits it.
Yeah.
You know, now when his son, your grandson, downloads the app, he inherits everything you left, everything your sister left, everything your brother left, everything your son left. It's there. If his grandson downloads, it's already there waiting for him. The context, the texture, everything is there. And it keeps compiling.
It builds.
It builds.
Wow.
It builds.
Yeah.
You can leave your voice. So we have something on there called the daily prompt. The daily prompt is a simple question to tease your mind.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
What were you like in high school? Just that. As much as you want to say, just say it.
I don't know if that's a good question for me.
Whatever.
I know.
Yeah. You just say it. Any amount of it you want to talk about, you just say it. 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever. But imagine doing this every week, once a week. Just saying something about how you're, anything, once a week. Imagine that. Oh, you took the phone and you saw the prompt. Oh, I'm not feeling this one. You can change it.
Okay.
You can change it.
Yeah.
Oh, next prompt, too intense, I'll change it.
So it's very interactive. It can be fun.
It can be fun, interactive. You just do with it so that it's not something it's not a chore. You just engage with it.
Yeah, when you want.
When you want. But guess what? You are leaving the memories.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't get to, not majority of people don't get to, give their family a heads up before they check out.
Yeah. Is it interactive such that if, say, I answer a question about my being in high school, can Uncle Joe say, like some platforms, social platforms, you can comment on it and leave a...
Exactly that.
Yeah.
So right on the homepage, you see recent stories. Okay, so let's say you just answered a question or posted something right now. Your brother sees on his homepage recent stories from Mark.
Yeah.
He can look at it and just comment, hey, dude. You know, he can
So-
interact with you, respond to that.
So in essence, it's kind of like Thanksgiving dinner around the table.
Yes.
You get, because you get the dynamic of a family,
Yes.
and let's just face it,
Yeah.
the dynamic of a family, it isn't cohesive.
It's not meant to be cohesive.
Right. So the banter back and forth
Yeah.
can be so funny.
Yeah.
I get that with a lot of my friend chat, as you know,
Yep.
being part of that.
Yep.
Chat groups can get really into the weeds,
Yeah.
but I can see how keeping it strictly with the
Family,
family is
yeah.
so fun. And, you know, not everybody in the family is fun.
Yeah. And that is family.
Right.
That is family.
That's right.
Right? That is why it's locked to the family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now, that being said, we all have people in our lives that could pass for family. They are that close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We have the room for that.
Yeah.
Now, we call them close connections on the platform. Now, this platform we keep talking about is called the Lineage App. So it's strictly for family. Everything you post can only be seen by your family.
Right.
But we have room for close connections. Now, close connections can only see your post, not your entire family post.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Because we want to really keep it that distinct.
Right.
However, because you added them as your close connection, your family gets to see them,
Cool.
not their post, just them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like you telling your grandson, this guy was really close to me. He played a major role in my life.
Oh, yeah.
It's like telling your grandson why this person meant something to me.
Right.
That is why I put their name here. So on your close connections, you get to write something about them.
Right.
And that's all your family sees.
Because in my situation, this is very applicable.
Mhm.
And here's why. I spoke about my bloodline father,
Yeah.
but he and I were not close.
Yeah.
He was not a participant
Yeah.
in my life. But 2 doors down from my house, my real dad,
Mm.
in I've known since the age of 4, he's who raised me. He's who gave me this personality.
Yes.
His kids are my best friends.
Yes.
He is more of my father
Yep.
than my own dad was.
Yes.
So and it's recognized throughout my children, the wife, everybody.
Yeah.
So like we all know who my real father
Yeah.
is. So I can see why that is absolutely critical.
It's so important.
Absolutely.
It's so important. And it gives visibility, deeper visibility into your life
Oh yeah.
for your grandchild. Because if your grandchild wanted to know grandfather Matt, grandpa Matt, that is context.
Yeah.
You know, so we put close connections there to even give it a more deeper meaning and context to what we're trying to create.
Right.
You know,
And by the way, we already coined what my name is going to be when I do get to be a grandfather.
yeah. What is it?
It's Fly Pops.
I love it.
Because we went through this.
Pops.
we were all sitting around having some wine or whatever one evening, and we were talking about what grandfather and grandmother names should be, and I coined Fly Pops.
Fly Pops is right in
So
the
I'm
money.
gonna be Fly Pops.
Fly Pops. Oh, nice. I like it.
That's gonna make the best license.
Yes, Fly Pops. That's perfect. That is perfect.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Different.
Yeah. It's a good one. That is awesome, brother. So yeah, that's what we've been working on, and thankfully, we're hoping to launch it by end of the month.
You know, when we first talked about it with Mario,
Yeah.
neighbor Mario,
Yeah.
we had such a fun night that
That night was awesome, man. Yeah.
And I've been making some ribs, but
my son was telling me he saw you out and he's like, can you make some more ribs?
I will do that. But Mario doesn't know this, but when I'm making ribs, I take like a towel and I kind of try to get the smoke to go your way, you guys down there. Gosh.
Yeah,
but
that was good.
I knew then when you told me about it, like just how awesome this could be. And I mean, honestly, very, very supportive and happy for you. You know, it's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness. And I wanted to add to my story something earlier.
Yes, yeah.
So before cell phones, my best friends and I, we all had jobs from age of 12, always been working. So we made our own money. We always had money.
Yeah.
and not a lot, but enough.
Of course, yeah.
And so when we wanted something, that was still back in the time when your parents, hey, mommy, can I have this? No. Do you have any money? A little bit. Well, keep saving, and then you can buy it when you save it. Well, we don't have those. Those are bygones.
Those are gone.
But anyways, I saved enough money, and both my best friend and I, we both bought 35 millimeter Canon cameras. Beautiful. At the time when you were walking around with one of those hanging off your neck, you were like, dang,
you were it.
You were it.
Yeah.
So we've been taking pictures and cataloging our story ever since we were, gosh, I would say our first camera came into play when I was probably 14 or 15.
Yeah.
So we have boxes of these pictures, and some of them are like, you know, when the kids go through that, Dad, is that a beer in your head? You look like you're 12. Yeah. Well, we've had some fun. Times are different back in the day.
Different, yeah.
But we actually had a couple of pictures where we used to take the camera and we'd stick our head in there with this long lens, and we'd take these selfies with these 35 millimeter cameras. So we were doing selfies.
You didn't call them selfies then?
No, we did not. We call them, hey, I took a picture of myself with my camera. What a nerd. But I guess what I'm getting at is, like, we've been real proactive of cataloging our life, and that's why it's so cool to go back through and see these photos. And you know, wish we had video of those times. They didn't have video. I mean, they had video cameras, but they were like $1,200, and that was like $5,000 in today's money. And then it was a big old thing hanging off your arm.
Portable, you can't even use it.
So, I mean, having a platform to see is so cool.
It's so cool. You know, one thing I was telling my sister-in-law the other time is that when you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, preservation is the goal. And if life doesn't guarantee that you're going to be here forever, then telling your story is what it boils down to.
Yeah.
And I was saying, giving an example, I strongly believe, among other beliefs, that the pyramids were built with the express intention of preservation.
Of course.
What else will make you go through that extent? These people wanted to tell their story to generations after.
Hieroglyphs and then the works. Yeah, of course.
Look at the amount of effort. Why were they doing it? They wanted us to remember them.
Of course.
You know, you don't build something like that without that at the back of your mind.
Yeah, of course.
And for a whole life to disappear, it's just the biggest tragedy.
So when you see an unfortunate happening of, like, someone losing their house to fire, what's the first thing they say? Oh, I wish I grabbed my pictures. I wish I grabbed my passport. I wish I had, you know. So photos and history is so important.
Yeah, the story.
It's the story, right? Like, if my mother, with all of those photos in those photo albums, man, if something ever happens to those, I mean, there it goes. It's gone.
It's gone.
And knowing my mother, same with my freaking baseball cards, they're gone. Dude, I had 100,000 baseball cards, and one day I'm like, Mom, where are my baseball cards? Oh, they're Goodwill. Like, there's some dude sitting there, like, right now, like, I got Babe Ruth card here. But I can see my mom like, well, you don't want these old things anymore. I'm like, what? So that's critical, that no matter what. And sadly, my mother is going through dementia. So she I can see her accidentally doing something as I get in there and get those pictures.
Yeah. But man, I'm poised, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, it can be such wealth for our descendants. You know, it can be such value to them, what we are trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
We are into it. When you go on the website, TheLineageApp.com or VoicesWeKeep.com, you can fill out a short application, and then you get early access. And that puts you in the founding users group.
Cool, man. Cool.
Because we're going to be bouncing off ideas off you. So the founding users group, you apply for it on the website, TheLineageApp.com or Voices, because the podcast is called Voices We Keep.
Right.
Do you know why I call it Voices We Keep? Let me tell you. I've said the story before, but it's my story. I can tell it 1,000 times. So, my dad passed when my son was born.
Right.
And he wanted so bad to see him, but he couldn't. All right. I was talking to my sister some time back, and we're just talking about dad. After the call, I think a day or two after, she sends me a text. See what I found. It's a voicemail my dad had sent her.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And I'm holding on to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I call it Voices We Keep.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah. And like you said, to hear how he sounded.
Oh, yeah.
For his great-grandchildren to hear how he sounded.
Yeah.
It gives so much context and meaning.
I'm telling you, it's funny you say this. It's so true with me personally. I have a handful of people I wish I could hear their voices.
Me too.
Dude, it bothers me. I don't have any record of that.
There's this saying that the last time somebody truly dies is the last time their name is mentioned.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
If taking that into context, people like Abraham Lincoln will never die.
Mm-hmm.
People like Martin Luther King, people like Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Right? Because we keep talking about these people.
That's right.
So if the last time you really, really pass away is when your name is mentioned, then what can you do to keep people talking about you?
Sure.
Especially your family.
Oh, yeah.
Especially your family.
Oh, I know.
For me to be able to say, oh, my great-grandpa did this, I would feel, but I can't because I don't have any record of that.
Right.
For me to be able to tell my son, hey, your great-grandfather did this or said this or went here, I wish I could tell them something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't have that in my vault of reference.
When I've looked at some, if I've gone online to try and find some record of say I wanted to see my grandfather, if there was anything about him. And the only thing I could find is a census. That's rather boring.
Yeah.
And it's all the basic, same thing. It's boring.
Yeah.
So to me, okay, so there's a signature. He made $4,000 a year, whatever. He had 2 children, 3 children. That's all you get with that. That's the extent of it. Yeah. And you can dig deeper, but I'm looking for, I'd love to just give anything to hear. Because there were some things that as a child, I can remember before my grandfather had Alzheimer's disease, so I didn't get to really get to know him. But he used to like to read me books when I was little. We used to read a book called Bill and the Fish. I remember, Kristen will tell you, like, my memory of my childhood goes back. I can remember as far back as 2 years old. I have super crazy memory, whereas my twin sister does not have the same memory.
It's just how we made.
Right.
Just how we wired up there.
But so many things I can recall, I would give anything to hear that back. But just if I heard the voice.
Imagine when he was reading that book, he recorded just 2 minutes of it.
Oh, man. Oh, no, I know. God, I listen to it every day.
And your great-grandchildren will.
Yeah, that's true.
That is just so priceless. Yeah. And now we are fortunate to have the technology.
That's exactly right.
To take advantage of that.
In one spot.
Because
that's the difference. To me, as somebody, thinking about this is like having it in one spot. It's because I was saying earlier, the minutia of someone's phone in the cloud. Yeah. Dude, come on. We could find it, but you get snippets here and there versus
the whole context is not there.
Versus when I think of my family, say compared to my other family that raised me, realize their family is massive.
Yeah.
There's so many people in that family. It's always admirable. We used to call them the Brady Bunch family because they were just so great. But to me, there's so much. But and I could see how they're going to look at this as like, oh,
we needed this. Personally, I needed this like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh. Because I told you, growing up in that extended family setting, now my children are growing out of that. And there's nothing to connect them to just put them in that setting, So we're going to do it.
I know you are.
Imagine 5 or 20 years, 30 years from now, you can scroll on a map and see dots moving.
Yeah.
And these dots represent how your family moved across time.
Nuts.
You tap on each dot and the story comes out.
Yeah.
Who was born here, and their story. We needed this. I personally needed this.
Our family used to be very extended family, that is. Used to be very close. But over time, you just due to distance. Right. But
that just happened.
It'd be so cool to see where did everybody end up? Because now it's happening again with Emily being in New Hampshire, Colby's in Sacramento, and they're about to make their own families happen.
And then it will happen again with their children.
Correct. Right.
Let me tell you this quick one. My dad's younger brother, my uncle, moved to Germany back in the day, married a German woman, and they had a daughter. She now married a German man, and they have a boy and a girl. They look like you.
Yeah.
But they're my blood relatives.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Of course. So
now, if I don't capture that trail, my children will never get to know.
They'll know.
They have second cousins in Germany.
Right.
From the same bloodline.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, because that question comes up even as we sit here with my background in lineage. So apparently we have Scottish, and Irish lineage. Okay. And on the Kirkwood side, my grandfather, his family is from County Cork, Ireland. But I don't know where everybody else went and are from. But as a family, you could probably find that out. Kristen her mom keeps trying to get me to do a DNA thing. Yeah. I'm like, However, it sure would be cool to know where we're from. And just again, my grandfather is such a huge person in my life, and yet I didn't even really get to know him that well. It's nuts.
Let's fix that for our grandchildren.
100%. Yeah. No, I'm a big fan.
Yeah. We're working on something called Time Capsule. Time Capsule is a feature we're developing now where you can leave a voice note, not just to your whole family, but to a specific person in the future.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Imagine you wanted to leave a voice note for your third generation granddaughter when she turns 18.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's big. It's a huge feature. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it's doable, and we're building.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's kind of nuts. So it has to stay put.
Well, it's encrypted. It will stay put.
It's encoded.
Seriously encoded, and it's waiting for whoever in your bloodline fits the description.
Now, in essence, that you hope there's a granddaughter, great granddaughter.
Yes, you hope there's a great granddaughter. Yeah, right. Exactly. But if your wishes came true, and you had a great-granddaughter, and this whole thing I'm describing happened, imagine how that granddaughter would feel.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
My great-grandfather left me a message. How cool is that?
Yeah, and it hasn't been opened.
No.
Or no one has heard it.
No one has heard it.
Wow.
So much.
That's cool.
To reach out into time and attack somebody.
That's literally, if you think about it, that's like going back in the past. Because if it's not been seen by anybody, you're literally discovering it for the first time. Whoa, that's kind of, that actually has some food for thought. That's kind of nuts.
Deep.
That's deep.
It's very deep.
That's really cool.
Because, for me, the reason why that idea came and we're discussing and trying to build it is because if my father could have left my son a message, I know he would have. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I know he would have.
Can you imagine a 18th birthday party and next thing you know, they're like, hey,
check this out.
So this is something that that would be really special. That'd be cool.
And what I'm about to say right now is somebody's reality. There could be a pregnant lady right now whose father is in hospice, who's she knows my dad won't be here to meet this baby I'm carrying. That's somebody's reality right now as we talk.
Yeah.
What if there was that opportunity for that father or that grandfather to leave a message for that unborn child?
Right.
Like, these are things I think about. I'm like, we can pour into the next generation so much that it gives them context, you know?
Yeah, it's
You know?
there's so much to it, but I think the deeper dive for somebody like myself is that it's all in one. It's family only, you know, with a few exceptions. But yeah, that to me is so cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
We're going to do it. Of course.
Matt, thank you so much for.
Heck yeah, man.
Man, it's cold outside.
Yeah, and for her to say, I'm gonna go to the gym.
I'm glad everything turned out the way it turned out.
So I